No, that's a great idea. I appreciate that for sure.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of the reason why I don't have a ton of why we didn't get a ton of ratings on this is just because like after we submitted it, we all just kind of went into hibernation and was just like, I don't want to think about this. I don't want to look at anything. Like we had to just like bury our heads in the sand for a little bit. I think we just crunched for too long, and then by the time I realized like, oh yeah, I should probably be like participating, it was like a bit late. But now we have all this time, so I've been playing a bunch of games the last few days and catching up.
Oh yeah, you just saw that the extension for the voting period,
Yeah,
right?
they added a month.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's a little like it's a little stressful too because like it's already been stressful for a lot of us who are struggling to play all the games and rate and like participate in the community. But the first time that I the first time that I saw the voting period, like I was gonna do the same thing. I was just like, all right, shit. Like for Teleco 20XX, I worked like 100 hours a week because I was kind of the powerhouse for our group. Uh,
Same.
yeah, and so I was just like, all right, well I can rest. But then I was just like, wait a second. Only other developers can rate these games, and I see that people are started forming enclaves where I saw Justin Six do it first, where he was like, hey, I'm streaming the Big Mode Game Jam games. So if you want to play it, like come into my stream and then you can drop it into my submissions forum. And then I was like, oh, this is really cool. I definitely got the idea from Justin. But so I want to do the same thing, and like I really like that this is like a very community oriented thing because if it wasn't only restricted to the other developers in the game jam, you would probably have like some shit eating streamer or like influencer come in and then have some like a team shit something out with their name nominally on it, but they probably didn't really work on it. And then you just have like a
Hmm.
popularity contest, right? Uh, so this model is like
I
super
think they
cool for
do it
me.
right. Yeah, I think they do. They definitely Itch has it set up the right way, and
Yeah,
I do like how they kind of like hide. They don't show it by like highest rating. It's like most ratings, least ratings, most karma. Like I do think obscuring it like that during the rating period is pretty smart.
yeah, exactly. I have very few criticisms of this model. I'm very hyped to participate and like talk with my contemporaries, my peers in this game jam space, and like form a community and talk with about the games that we're clearly very passionate about. Or if not passionate, at least we put a lot of work into it. Uh,
Yeah, I definitely think a full playthrough should be reasonably like it should be totally reasonable, just as long as there's no weird difficulty spikes or anything. Like playtesting has been a little inconsistent.
mm,
We didn't get to playtest it nearly as much as we should have. And I should say there are two pretty major bugs that kind of fuck up the whole thing. But
gotcha.
uh
I mean, yeah, that's all
because like
important
the
stuff.
yeah, it's I mean, I do wish maybe there was a place to like mention it on the page or something. I don't know. But basically the core mechanic is supposed to be this color swapping mechanic where you're like a chameleon who like matches his environment between like light mode and dark mode.
Mm.
And the way we did that was through like basically whenever the enemy looks at the player, it does like another raycast like through the player and looks at the wall and then checks the UV on the texture. And if it's like on the left side of the texture, it's considered black, and if it's on the right side, it's considered white. And
Oh,
we just use that to decide it. But uh it's weird in builds, like halfway through it just stops working. Like halfway through the level, the mesh just doesn't work anymore. It like doesn't read it properly, so it's like inverted. So the color blending mechanic is just like kind of busted, unfortunately.
okay.
Um,
Sneaky says that
but
sounds
it's
like such
still
an
like
interesting
playable.
concept.
Yeah, I definitely we want to fix it. I plan to overhaul it and just like my plan is I'm just gonna axe the whole UV thing and just break all the levels into three different meshes and then just tag them like light, dark, or unblendable because we have like those are the three. I feel like that's what we should have done from jump, but oh well.
Yeah. Well, I guess we're getting a bit ahead of ourselves, but I do like asking those kinds of questions as well. I definitely have been trying to ask more technical questions because the ways that people hack together things is like and not to stay on this topic for too long because I will eventually talk about it if we have enough time for playing your game at the very least. And don't worry about any game breaking bugs or anything. If there's a way to avoid those, I have really been trying to give like as complete of a playthrough as I can. That goes for even very tough games, games that last for very long that don't have a lot of quality of life. Uh, Especially if the developer is here, I will try my best to get to the very end. So don't worry about that. Uh, But I would imagine, well, there's no web build, but let me go ahead and read your thing here. Our game uses a mechanic that allows the players to shift between light mode and dark mode to blend in with their surroundings. Third-person stealth game focused on a core camouflage mechanic. Shift between dark mode and light mode to blend in with your surroundings and sneak past security. You play as Clyde, a chameleon-type guy with a unique ability to change between light and dark mode at will. He also uses this ability to set traps for his opponents, ensuring safety on his way to stealing the world's most valuable gem, the big one. Alright, let me download this really quick. So while I'm setting this up, if you want to go ahead and just like introduce yourself and like what your role in the project was. I see you have a team, so if you also want to say like how you got your team together, what your relationship with them is like.
Sure. So yeah, I'm Travis. I usually just go by Trav.
Gotcha.
And I formed my team based on there were two people that I knew prior that I've done jams before with that I knew were Locks was my soundtrack person, and then just like another generalist like me. So we had to fill those other two roles. So it was a very long process of like vetting people and finding people you're compatible with, because not a lot of people want to do 3D, and I get why it's rough, but like it definitely, like, I only do 3D stuff. Like I never do 2D stuff. Just I don't know why. I guess that's just what I feel like an affinity towards.
Right,
But it definitely makes stuff harder.
would you say that you just like mostly play 3D games?
No, I do play a lot of 2D games. I just like when I create them for whatever reason. I guess I just like 3D modeling and everything. Like I just have a lot of fun with that.
So you
Um,
personally 3D modeled a lot of these things.
yeah, I mean, I 3D modeled everything except for the chicken statue, the chicken skeleton statue. Everything else is like, yeah, we modeled that, or I modeled that during the jam. So yeah, my responsibilities were 3D modeling, character design, animation, majority of the scripting, character movement, yeah, a lot of that kind of stuff. A lot of the stuff that I left to other people was the AI I left to other people, our pickup system I left, sound effects I left, and the soundtrack I left. Pretty much everything else I had covered in this.
Okay. Let me make sure that I can actually get the source up on OBS. It's fighting me a little bit because I think you have it in exclusive full screen. There it is. Gotcha. There we are.
Yeah, we didn't have a ton of settings or anything like that, unfortunately, but
yeah, I mean, quality of life does tend to be the last thing that people think about when they do these.
yeah.
Okay, I think that fits pretty good. All right, so you said that you did a lot of vetting, and I might have missed it, but I guess the implication is that you went out and found your team.
Yeah, in the Discord, the looking for a team and looking for member sections, I put out my own post saying I'm looking for a member, and then I went to the looking for a team section and just found people that, knew Unity and were willing to do 3D and, fit all the criteria. And then I'd reach out to them, check their availability, that kind of stuff, check their time zone, and just based on how compatible they were. I had like a whole sheet that I was keeping of people that I was like, pros and cons and all that.
Oh, I see.
But I think we landed on a pretty good team.
Hell yeah. I mean, it looks pretty, there's a lot of stylistic flair in this. So you were also doing like the general direction for this, I am assuming.
Yeah.
So like
the general
what was your
design and stuff?
Yeah. Like what was your ideas process? Because a lot of us struggled with the mode theme because it's just so nebulous. And I myself, like, I thought I was going to sit it out because I was just like, I don't really know what the hell I would do for this. And then I went home and I thought about it, and then eventually I made Teleco.
It was a tough process for sure. So our brainstorming process, unfortunately, only had there's only two of us that were actually in the voice chat for the brainstorming. Most people were just like busy or asleep or whatever. So we couldn't get it done in time. Like we couldn't get everyone there. But the two of us there went through so many different ideas of like, we had an idea of our first thought was a la mode, and we thought we were so clever for that, and then like so many people thought of that when we looked into it.
Right.
And then we landed on light mode, dark mode, and the original idea was that it'd be like sort of a first person shooter where you switch the world between light mode and dark mode to like reveal hiding enemies. But then we came up with the inverse of it of switching yourself and thought that sounded more fun.
Yeah, it sounds kind of like a stealth game, right?
Yeah. So
like, a heist game, in fact.
Yeah, pretty much. I had just played Snake Eater, so I think there's some pretty clear Snake Eater inspirations here.
That's really funny. I played Snake Eater for the first time maybe like 8 or so years ago. And yeah, the camouflage mechanic in that is so novel and so interesting. I struggle to think of like how they had that. Probably just like a bunch of colliders, I would imagine.
Yeah, it's very interesting. It's super smart.
But for yours, you mentioned that you had a raycast checking UVs. I feel like that sounds like when you think up an idea, and you're like, oh, I feel like I could accomplish it in this very clever, probably very optimal way, and then you just do that. But there's like a glaring simple solution that feels much more hacky, but would probably absolutely work, that you were just missing the whole time.
That's like I was saying, like just breaking the mesh into different individual meshes and then just tag them, and then just check the object's tag and say, is it black, is it white, you know?
Right.
I feel like that would be a much more straightforward way to do it. But that was one of the systems that I left to other people, so I was just kind of like, I would just play test it here and there. I was pretty hands off with that part of it.
Gotcha. And did you have like in terms of like logistics, I'm assuming, or for a lot of people, including myself, I just made a Discord for it. Very good for organizing a team with and just like keeping tabs on things. Did you have something like that for that? And did you have like, what tools did you use to keep your assets between each other? Did you use like GitHub?
Yeah, so we created a Discord server. We had a GitHub that we were using, and then we had a Miro board, which is that like big collaborative whiteboard software you can use.
Miro. I think I've been recommended that before. I know that Trello also exists. Grogdev, the developer of Terra Survivors, mentioned that he really wanted to just have a Trello board. Is it something like that?
Yeah, it's similar. It's basically just a big board that anyone could just write on or stick post-it notes on or draw on and stuff like that. And I just like made up a structure for people to work within to keep their ideas in. We had like an idea graveyard we would throw stuff to as we needed to cut stuff, you know, all that kind of stuff. And then we had that scary like Discord outage like an hour before the jam was due.
Oh my god. I kind of heard about that.
Scrambling. Yeah, that was a nightmare. So we started using the Miro chat for a little bit, like we were messaging within that.
Man, it's crazy how like contingent a lot of these systems are on, or a lot of these sort of organizations are on Discord. It's been like an invaluable tool. Unfortunately, I have my complaints lately, but we can get to that later. So, did you have any like? Because again, and I say that this nearly every single time I talk with a developer. I had this sort of epiphany late into it that game jams are literally just subjecting yourself to crunch on purpose. And it's just like, hey, fucker, I know that you weren't anticipating this whatsoever, but I'm going to blindside you with a 2.5 week deadline that you absolutely want to complete. So, like, did you have any personal or technical challenges? Did you have to, like, learn any systems? Did you have any, like, family or holiday obligations? Or even school? Because, like, this came at a very strange time. A lot of my friends were doing like finals for their college. Obviously, we have Christmas coming up.
Doing finals.
Yeah. Which one was that?
But me personally, it went all right. It was pretty smooth for me. I had a trip to LA that I had planned like way before the jam that I had to do in the middle of the jam still. So I just tried my best to not think about it, but I couldn't stop myself. I brought my laptop, and every once in a while I would just like sneak to my room and try to debug something real quick. But I had to just flush it for like a couple days there, but once I came back, it was like right back into it. Nice. But I think I've gotten better at doing these jams, like for my own mental health wise. My first 2 or 3, I literally passed out like face down on my keyboard at the end of it. Like I just did not give myself sleep time. It was a nightmare.
Yeah, it's grueling.
But I was much more responsible this time around, I think.
Nice. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people essentially say that the stars kind of aligned with their development process, and that they've been being more kind to themselves in terms of rationing out their time. I definitely wasn't that way. I've discovered a few things during the game jam, like that no matter how much caffeine I drink, if I'm tired, I'm done. Like,
yeah.
It's just like the most progress is like that I got done was after I had a long night of just slamming my head into a problem spinning my wheels very hard because I'm tired, and then just going to sleep, waking back up, and then being like, oh, this was actually easy the whole time. I was just tired. So definitely try to be kind to yourselves with these. But without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and jump into it.
Yeah, I'll try not to backseat too much because I'm going to be biting my tongue a lot, I'm sure, of just like, oh no, that broke. Like, oh, fuck.
I mean, feel free to say what broke. Backseating is whatever. I really don't mind it that much, but it's up to you with how much you want to see like me organically playing your game.
Yeah, I'll leave it natural mostly.
All right. So hello, welcome to our game. Your mission is to steal and extract the big one. In order to do this, you need to sneak by the guards and steal an artifact. Once you have the artifact, you will be permitted to access the main vault, which contains the big one. Good luck. All right. So
I don't love the signs, but you know, we gotta make sure you know what's going on.
I think I noticed. Hold on, let me double check your. Oh, this is a Unity game. Gotcha. I've been neglecting to ask people what engines they've been using because it's typically been obvious just from the file that I grabbed from them. Wait, hold on a second. Let me. Okay, so control is a slow walk. I don't think that told me about the base mechanic yet, so let me... Oh, I can go into first person with right click. You can use your chameleon abilities to your advantage here. If you press Q, you will toggle between light and dark mode. This will allow you to blend in with your surroundings. Try it on these guards up ahead. But you were saying about like not liking the signs, but like let me just project here. A lot of these games, especially since Unity came out, have been using like literally 3D like text extrusions that are just like floating UI. Did you want to try to avoid something like that?
Oh yeah, I wanted to try to keep it as like in universe as possible, but you know, something like adding a dialogue system or like voice lines was just way out of scope.
Yeah. Let me see here. I like these character designs.
Thank you. Would it be possible for you to put up like a side stream or something?
Oh, sorry. No, absolutely. That's the thing that I keep forgetting to do because, yeah, I want to make sure that the developer can see things more in real time. But yeah, like, how did you come up with these like character designs? You've got this like guard with a spooky mask, essentially.
Yeah, he's I guess I have a sheet of the designs we started with, but I just basically just opened Paint and just drew a bunch of different monsters and was just, I don't know what direction we're going, but so I kind of just threw it at the wall. All we knew was it was a museum that you're like breaking into.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically all we had. So it was some sort of guard or something.
Okay.
But yeah, so I drew like a lizard guy. We had like a ghost as our first enemy, just as like a placeholder.
And then I
so
kind
I
of
guess we were
morphed
kind
into
of
this
just
guy.
channeling that. Yeah.
Nice. I need to get my sensitivity real down. I have like ceramic sliders on my mouse, so like, it's very easy to slip around on my mouse here. Let me go out of third person or first person mode. I probably need like first person. I was wondering if I had an option. Oop. All right, it spooked the guy.
See, that's a bit where the blending is broken because you're meant to be disguised against the white wall. Because you're in light mode against the light wall. He's not meant to see you, but he just does. So this is a terrible tutorial.
That's okay. I mean, tutorialization is also another thing that like we all want to kind of have in our games, but you know, you don't have a lot of time for that shit.
Yeah.
Very impressive with the amount of
thing.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say I had a quick thing about the walk animation. If you could do the slow walk animation.
Sure.
That's almost 1-to-1 like Naked Snake's walk from Snake Eater. The way he has his like hands up ready for CQC.
Right, I can see it.
Because to me in that game, it always looks like he's like a creepy little like sneaky guy, but he just has his hands ready for like CQC, you know?
Right.
But I just figured it'd be funny to like kind of reinterpret that walk to like how I always saw it in my head.
Yeah.
So he's just like a little creepy guy.
Just a little creepy chameleon guy with a silly little face. Actually, let me see. Yeah, it looks like these are just straight up inverted. I like that you... so for like solving certain visual problems, like, you know, we all have different solutions, but to make sure that the boots don't like... that they're readable as boots, you make sure that the shadows are like the opposite color. Because like otherwise it would just look like you're looking down at like, you know, a leg with a little bit of a flare at the end. So when you switch...
That's why we had to... Sorry.
Oh, no. Listen, I'm doing this all day. I did a 16-hour stream the other day. Like, if you need to talk, like, go ahead. You supersede me.
It's all good. It's just the Discord delay makes it awkward sometimes.
Right.
Oh shit.
Oh no. No, they're gonna beat my ass. Wait, what am I? Oh. Oh man. Yeah, this definitely feels like a Metal Gear Solid game. Sorry, you were saying?
Yeah, the walls have like textures on them. Originally, it was just gonna be flat.
Oh Jesus Christ! Damn, this is brutal. This is probably the in the trash can. Wow, that's hilarious. They just fucking dumped me in the trash.
See, that's one of the pretty big bugs. I don't know why you just pop right back in there. So sometimes when they dunk you in the trash, your actual body stays there. It just turns off your model and it just falls through the ground and then hits the kill plane, which then respawns you back at the start of the level. You're supposed to spawn at the dumpster, at like the nearest dumpster when you get thrown in the tube.
That makes sense.
But sometimes it just fucks up.
Oh man.
So that's a point that might make it kind of unplayable.
That's okay. I've played plenty of things that needed a lot more Q. Wait, what the fuck am I saying? QA. Which is fine. Like, a lot of people are very like what's the word? Not very merciful when it comes to grading the Game Jam game. It's just like, dude, we only had so much time.
Yeah.
Oh fuck. Shit. Fuck. No, I'm still in crouch. Wait, let me get out of crouch. Okay, I'm out of crouch, I think.
But yeah, the original idea was to have everything flat white and flat black, like the character and the trucks are.
Mm-hmm.
But it just made it impossible to like differentiate when there was like a doorway there or something, or like,
right.
You know, so we kind of just decided to add texture and make it a little more readable.
I am noticing at least one problem, like a design problem, which is that in, say, Metal Gear Solid, or specifically Snake Eater, being pressed up against a wall like this would increase your camouflage score. But in this, it's a raycast that goes straight out, so it's like you have to be, you have to consider where you are in relation to the thing that's behind you. Fuck, he's gonna dunk me. He's gonna dunk me so bad.
Yeah, it makes it a little awkward. I think that's right. It would be better to have like something that just checks your environment, and then you just have like a static value of how hidden you are.
Yeah. Into the trash I go, where I belong.
See, yeah, you're still there. He was still standing there. So this part is just completely busted.
Don't worry about me. I am a law-abiding citizen with no chameleon shifting powers. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. No. I think you've also made it so that they run at the same speed as you. Which kind of makes it easy to lose them, actually. Oh, and I can jump. No. Wait. Oh, and I'm good. But yeah, very good take on the light mode, dark mode theme.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, finding the balance of making it like not stupidly easy, but also not like insanely crushing. Like this is a bit too difficult, I think. But I could tell you, if you double tap crouch, you do like a roll. There was a sign that tells you that. But the thing that doesn't tell you is that if you roll into an enemy, it like stuns them. You gotta do it while you're moving.
Oh, I see. That makes
so if you
sense.
roll into an enemy, it like ragdolls them.
Hell yeah.
So you can kind of use that to make the game a little more manageable.
Now let me hide the body. Oh fuck. Oh fuck. Duh. Oh. Don't trash me. Please, I have a slingshot. Fuck. I'm in the tire now. You can't hurt me.
There you go.
I don't think this is actually gonna help me. How did I even take this out?
It's F. That you're supposed to get tutorialized on that later.
Gotcha. Oh,
But
don't look at me. Wait.
yeah, that's another point of feedback we definitely got a lot, was that I feel like your thought is that the slingshot is going to be like a way to actually deal with enemies.
I feel like that would be
just like a stun.
Yeah. With the
So I think it needs a buff.
I mean, maybe. I was kind of thinking that it would probably be like the empty magazine in MGS, where you can just kind of like distract enemies with it. Because like if you
that
can
was
just
kind of the intention.
If you can go around just like flick shotting people, then it's probably not that good of a stealth game.
Yeah. So I think there's definitely like a balance to it.
Yeah, I mean everything here is very impressive. Like and the stylistic choice is also very cool. There's been a few light mode, dark mode games. I've played at least one of them. I played Abyssal Ascent, and I played dark mode, which is the one that's like very silly. You should play dark mode, by the way. It's really fun. It's just like cute. Also, wow. Oh man, that's cool. This looks like glass, yes. So I can't move past this one.
He's got his Heelys on.
Hell yeah. Oh, just eye posing around.
Yeah, that's been a bug like the entire duration of the game. I don't know how we never got that. Nice.
Imagine being in an endless hell where you're forced to eye post around and slip on banana peels for all eternity. But I wanted to ask, did you have anything that's like, did you do anything that you felt was particularly hacky? Like, how much spaghetti code do you got in this?
Pretty good amount, I would say. Yeah, I mean, I think the tubes kind of speak for themselves on that.
Oh, the tubes.
I'd have to think on that, though, the specifics. Okay, so yeah, the way the tube is supposed to work is you get dunked, and you actually get teleported to a little room that's way below the level.
Nice.
And you just get held there for a little bit, and then the camera like holds on the tube, and then it goes to the other tube. So you can kind of see it here if it works. Yeah, so you're just in an underground realm, and then it spawns you back here.
Okay, well this one works.
That one worked properly.
Yeah, I think teleporting somebody just out of bounds essentially is a pretty common way that people do things. Because like, why go through the trouble of loading and unloading and whatever? It's better to just trick the player. I was telling my 3D modeler, God damn it, dude, I'm already at the dumpster. Don't worry, I'll take the trash out myself. It's fine. I'm here.
So yeah, they might be a little too aggressive. I think that's another thing that would need some addressing for sure.
Oh my god, dude, bro. Let me look. Security with a little ghost and a little plant.
So yeah, we found the idea of like this being an actual like ghost like museum of some sort, but like they can't afford to pay actual monsters, so they just pay some dude to dress up like a monster.
That's great. One of the questions that I asked.
Monsters have unionized.
Oh hell yeah! Good job. If you want labor, that's quality. You better pay for it. Where the fuck are the fucking dudes? All right. What was I gonna say? So one of the questions that I often ask developers, and I often don't get that much of a response because I guess people are just too focused on developing the game within the time period. But if they have any like internal jokes that they have about the game, if they have any like interpretations that didn't make it in, particularly names, like do the characters have names? Do you ever joke about like their traits or the bugs that surround them?
So yeah, Clyde is the main guy, and that we didn't go through a lot of iterations on that. I was just like, the last day of the jam, I was like, what is our guy called? And we was like, I don't know. And I was just kind of like, what about Clyde? And they're like, sure. And we just kind of went with it. But then we had a running joke for a while of all the like sequels. Oh shit. All the like sequels to Clyde, you know, like Clyde 2, the Clydening, all that kind of stuff.
Nice.
We also had ideas of just like skipping and just going straight to Clyde 2 and pretending like there was a Clyde 1.
Oh my god. It's kind of funny. You said that you only recently got to do... Nice, they break. You only got to, I guess, get out of burnout mode recently, but if you've seen the other games, there's like Legend of Blue Remastered, and some of my friends were talking about it, and they were like, is the implication here that this game like existed before, and they just like slapped a new coat of paint on it? Because if so, then people would like kind of feel like you worked on the game before the jam because you're using old assets that you just had lying around and then retrofitted it to what you need. So I think that would probably people might talk about that way too, but I do like the boldness of just confusing the fuck out of your players.
Yeah,
I probably would have myself before the stream started, just like, all right, is there a Clyde 1? And then I would like look through your page.
I didn't really consider that. Yeah, that might be that might not send the right image. But yeah, it was mostly a bit. I'm
letting them have one, you know? When you play with a cat with a laser, you gotta let them catch it sometimes. Oh, holy shit! Oh, fuck.
See, that's what I was kind of getting at when I was saying that a full playthrough may be a struggle.
Yeah, it's fine.
I think we might need to call it quits at a certain point.
I know, it's totally fine. I just don't want to...
Because I did implement...
Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I did implement one checkpoint type of thing, where, like, after you go to, like, the main central area, you'll respawn there rather than the entire beginning of the level. But it's still pretty detrimental if you're, like, at the last level and then you fall through somehow and then spawn back at the hub. That's, like, a big setback. So I wouldn't be too upset at resetting at that point.
I know, it's totally fine. I just don't want to cheese your game. Like, I want to try to do it the way that you intended to, because no offense, it looks like your game is very cheesable.
Yeah. No, I mean, honestly, you should cheese it because the game is cheesing you. Like,
yeah, fair enough. It's just like, oh, what do you mean? I was right behind the white background. Do you think that because you're checking the UV, how precise is that check? Because since everything isn't perfectly black and white, I would imagine that if you're comparing the value of the lightness, it wouldn't be exact, right?
Yeah, no, it's just like a binary thing of like, is the UV value like greater than this, meaning like, is it on the left side, or is it less than this, meaning is it on the right side? It's not actually checking like the color value or anything like that.
Okay.
So it's up to me to keep it consistent that textures on the left side are white and textures on the right side are black. So all our textures are just one big ass texture with a white version and a dark version on the left and the right, basically.
Okay. I can't really...
I think using that stun could make that a little more manageable, but
let's try it.
I mean, the roll. Like, if you roll into them and then just hide, they'll just go back to their route.
Right, let me put away my slingshot here. Do you take suggestions?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. No, this...
I feel like...
This is super flex.
Yeah, I feel like... I don't know, I feel weird, like, asking, like, do you take criticism? It's like, oh, yeah, they're about to criticize me. Oh no.
Tear it apart. I know this is very broken.
I mean, it's not in terms of like the broken stuff, but like, I need to tackle that guy. I would say like if you take out the slingshot, I would prefer going into first person mode immediately because, I guess I could shoot the guy, but it doesn't look like it's like wait. You know, like aiming this way is a little bit difficult. I'm sure people could. The
original intent was to have some auto aim.
Gotcha. That would definitely
because like
help,
in Snake Eater, it's the same thing as Snake Eater basically, where like if you fire like in third person without aiming, it just kind of like aims towards the closest guy. But you know, scope, we didn't have time for it, so it's just kind of like a remnant of that.
Yeah. Let me up and camouflage. I definitely feel sneakier on these. If I were to do something like this and I wanted to hack it together in time, I might make it... so I kind of had the late realization. I don't know if you've played Teleco 20XX.
I haven't. I will, though, for sure.
Thank you. Not necessary, but yeah, I definitely appreciate it, especially comments. But in Teleco, it's like a pretty straightforward puzzle, like top-down game when the game actually gets going. And I had the late realization that instead of death zones, I should have made safe zones instead, because having to make death zones makes it so that I have to keep copying and pasting death zones everywhere, and that's probably like expensive performantly. But if I were to do something like this,
would be a little safer.
Yeah. So I was thinking like if I had to hack this together, I might make it so that every like dark object, so that you're like quote unquote blending into it. Like maybe it's like you're in default the default is dark mode, and then if you touch any light surface, then you are in light mode. Like you toggle the light switch, I guess. Funny pun there, I guess. Not intentional, but anyway. Probably how Snakier probably did it, where they just have a bunch of colliders, and then that would toggle your stealthiness or ultra stealthy value. That's not my suggestion. It's just like how I would do it probably.
Just like have it based on how well you blend into the environment, basically, rather than specifically one enemy looking at you.
Yeah.
Like a static, no, I guess not static, but like a value on the character of just like, this is how blended in I am, you know?
I would probably, or specifically, like, imagine that there's like a collider on this wall that extends slightly outward from it, and that would toggle me from like, it would make it so that I guess my environment that I'm touching is considered light, and then I would check the enemies. Like, the enemies would be like, are you both in light mode and are you touching a light object? And then if those are both true, then I'd be stealthy.
Okay.
Don't listen to me. I literally, like, in a week into Teleco, I was just like, I cannot ship this unless I'm gonna make this into spaghetti code. So I made the spaghetti code, just like overtook me, and I had to hack a lot of shit together. I had like 8 redundant global flags. I was like, fuck it, this isn't a multiplayer game. I don't have to be type safe. Like, I'm good.
That's the jam experience, yeah.
Exactly.
Just shoot the eye.
Oh, shoot the eye. Oh, gotcha.
Yeah, you're good. The sign does kind of hint at it a little more, but the sign is also within eye shot of the guards,
right,
unintentionally.
Right.
So you kind of risk getting caught just reading it.
Yeah, that's.
But yeah, you're kind of meant to shoot all the. You're kind of meant to shoot all the pots and then the eye and with the slingshot.
Oh yeah,
Sorry,
yeah.
What was that?
What engine is this in?
That's Unity.
It's Unity. All right.
Yeah, we've got a you were in here visiting earlier. I didn't catch your name, but yeah, because I'm just in the Donkey streams, like Big Mo Discord. Some people come in sometimes, but it's fun to like, I guess, chat about it. Oh, nice. But I was gonna say, if you did manage to make it so that you were stealthing against the sign, this would be a good way to like intuit the mechanics, because like, I think you said that like you didn't want to, like you didn't have enough time to do the tutorialization in the way that you wanted to, but I like kind of just implying the mechanics. Like, I don't want people to just have to read a big thing typically. So for Teleco, I tried to make it as intuitive as I could. So having this here is like a good way to be like, yeah, like if I were playing this and I said like, or the sign said you can take out your slingshot, I'd be like, oh, and then I shoot the pots, and then I'd be like, I wonder if I can shoot the sign on the back of the wall, and like that would be a good way to intuit like what I'm supposed to do.
That was pretty much exactly how it was set up. Yeah, the sign doesn't tell you to shoot the eye; it just kind of tells you like, hey, use your slingshot, and you're kind of meant to just naturally do that. But I feel like getting caught and pulled out while you're in the middle of reading the sign kind of killed that, you know?
Right. Looks like I'm at a new checkpoint. The trash can, where I belong. E, just like in the memes. Can I throw this? No, I can't throw this. Fuck. It's over. I'm so cooked. Bop.
All right, please work. There we
yeah.
go. Wait. Fuck, why?
I mean, it's cool.
It's so bad.
It's not even really that far away, honestly. But I'll make sure to...
once you get to the point where you can just stun them and run past them, it's not too bad, I guess. But yeah, please cheese it, like, for my sake.
I'll try to do it honestly my first run through, and then if I get caught, then I'll cheese my next attempt.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Like I said, trying to give people as complete of a playthrough as I can. But yeah, so I don't know, like, the spaghetti is really rough because a lot of people have told me, like, yeah, I'm probably gonna have to rebuild this from the ground up. And yeah, I also have to rebuild Teleco from the ground up.
Yeah. I think any of these, if you're planning on working on them outside of
oh, shit.
Outside of the jam environment, I think a lot of it is gonna just be completely overhauled.
Right. Do you plan on developing this any further? I mean, I guess I
think so, yeah.
Yeah. Do you have any sense of scale for that?
I mean, I could see us doing like, the original plan that we had was that you would have one like hub level, and then you would have a choice of like left room or right room, and then you'd go through one room, and then clear that room, then go through another room, and then you get like the artifact in that room. But the way back gets sealed, so you have to push through the other path that you didn't choose while carrying the artifact. So that was kind of the initial idea. So I think if we just expanded that to be like 2 or 3 rooms you got to go through to get the artifact, and then loop back around.
Gotcha.
So it'd be a total of like 6 levels was like the initial pitch, but scope.
Yeah.
So I think that's doable. Also, new enemies. We had ideas for enemies that would they would blend in with their environment intentionally as well,
Oh, that'd be cool. Am I against the white surface? Don't look at me. Don't look at me.
Yeah, see, it's...
Alright, I gotta make sure.
That's just like the painful thing about this. Is just like, this is like the core mechanic and it doesn't work. So.
Yeah, it's okay. It's alright. I see the idea. As long as we can get to the end. Getting to the end of the game is like... Wait, nice. Oh, yep, I'm out of here. Smell you later. Karaoke theme. Just being able to get to the end of your project is so valuable. Was there any inspiration for these art pieces?
So I wanted to do some Donkey references, but I didn't want to be like memey about it.
Right, you didn't want to be
so
on the
that's
nose.
like, yeah, so that's like kind of Big Yoshi. That was kind of like where I started with that. But I mean, clearly it's like not anymore at all. And then the other one behind you is a picture of Carlton Banks.
Carlton
but
Banks.
I feel like
Who's
you
Carlton
can't
Banks?
really tell. Fresh Prince
Oh, I see.
guy.
Right. Just a fan. You wanted to keep that in there?
Yeah, I mean, and Donkey has a history of doing like Carlton Banks type jokes. So it's just like a small, like in the background type of reference.
Cool.
But yeah, most of them were just me kind of playing with a sprite and just fucking around.
Nice. That answers at least one of my questions. Part of the reason that I want to do these is I kind of mentioned it up front at first, but like we've all read developer interviews. They tend to be about like they tend to be very big developers, and they tend to be people that didn't necessarily handle the technical aspects, or maybe they're not even allowed to talk about the technical aspects. But and especially it's a little bit like uncouth in the developer interview to talk about like the grueling problems that you had on the game. So I'm kind of thinking about turning this format into content to just like show people like, hey, these are the smallest creators that exist. We're all out here, and we all have like we all have to struggle to make our games work, Yeah,
we all have our horror stories.
Exactly. Like let me think. I'm kind of like trying to interpret your painting. Sorry. I probably have ADHD, so if that's any indication.
So that one actually does have a little bit of a meaning. It's a weird meaning, but basically there's a picture that one of my friends found online of a guy in a leather jacket with a Nerf gun and a sword over his shoulder and sunglasses who weirdly looks like almost exactly like me.
Wow.
Like it's not me. So we've just had that as like a running joke in our friend group. So that's a trace of his silhouette, basically.
Oh, that's funny.
So I just wanted to have a little reference to him in there.
Yeah. But in terms of the game dev struggle experience, like even with our peers, the people that made some of the coolest shit that exists, you look at their code if you ever are able to find it, and it's like it sucks ass. I think the Undertale source code got leaked or something because people have been making fun of that lately. But it's just like, dude.
Yeah, it wasn't like all the dialogue of Undertale is like in one big switch statement or something like that.
Oh no, Toby Fox was not aware of switch statements, so it was all nested if statements.
Oh, okay.
Which we've made fun of Yandere dev for years for, right?
Right.
But that's the thing, it's like you don't see what's under the hood. You don't see how loosely this shit is held together with duct tape and a dream, right?
And it really doesn't matter, I feel like.
Oh no, it doesn't.
So like a lot of the time it totally is fine.
The question that I've been like meaning to ask people is just like, what's more important, having a good game or having elegant code, right?
Good game for sure for me.
Yeah.
Absolutely a good game first and foremost.
It's kind of like
So
oh yeah, continue.
This bit, the pots that you're breaking right now, this was, we had that hour extension or whatever, like half-hour extension.
Oh yeah. The submission
was,
deadline was 1 a.m. instead of 12.
Yeah, that was in that time, that was one of the bugs I fixed. We didn't realize the tube thing was so critically broken. So instead of fixing that, those pots were too close to each other, so they were all inside each other. So they just blew up immediately at spawn. So they weren't there when they were supposed to be there. So I fixed that.
That's really funny, actually. Yeah. Did it make like the big overlapping audio sound, or were you too far away to hear it?
It's too far away to hear it. I just was running through, and I was like, "There's supposed to be pots here." Like,
yeah. I also noticed that you shrank this model over there for the dino.
Yeah, we got a lot of mileage out of the few assets we had.
Nice. And I think you said that either you or like somebody on your team made almost all of it.
Yeah, I did all the modeling except the chicken statue. The chicken statue was our other guy.
Nice.
Which I was very grateful for. I like that statue a lot.
Yeah, got some good mileage out of it. So yeah, just like seeing the dumpster fire, no pun intended for the dumpster mechanic here, of other indie developers things is like some services like the one ahead make it impossible to blend in. Oh, I see, because it's like, yeah, it's like noisy. But seeing the dumpster fire of other people's codes, especially for games that you respect, like I know that Celeste apparently has spaghetti code in it. And Celeste has been a major inspiration for a lot of the game developers here.
Yeah.
But showing like, hey, do you think you're bad at coding? Do you think you're bad at art? Here's how they made it work. Wait, what the fuck are they? You good?
It's a glue trap.
Oh, it's a glue trap. That's not very humane. Damn. Oh, fuck. Hey, can I interest you in this nice glue trap here?
The original intent was that the traps would also work on the player, and I still plan on making that a thing just because it's too funny to not do that. But yeah, we didn't have time for it.
Oh, this is Twinkling Blimp, the powerhouse behind Legend of Lu Remastered, which I was just talking about earlier. The one where it's just like there was some confusion as to whether or not the game existed in some form beforehand.
Oh, okay.
But he says, I don't know, I think that clean code could be very helpful in dev because it allows for more flexible usage of systems. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But like sometimes you just have to make it work. And in a lot of cases, eventually it turns into spaghetti code. I'm not saying it's like unimportant. Obviously it would make development a lot easier, but you know, some of our favorite games have had spaghetti code. There's a YouTuber called Jay the Dev Guy who made a video about that topic. I think I might have seen that floating around. But ultimately, like, for me, like, the ideas behind something tend to be more powerful than how cleanly it's executed. Like, the first gen Pokemon games were just a fucking mess, right? Like, there were so many bugs, the typings were broken or whatever, but the idea was just so strong that it couldn't help but stick.
Yeah, it's not like I'm like anti-clean code, obviously. Like,
yeah.
I mean, I guess this game might make you think otherwise.
Well,
but yeah, just if it was like a binary like that, if we had to choose one, I would definitely go with like I would rather play a good game with shitty code than like a shitty game with good code, you know. And I'd rather make a good game with shitty code.
Totally, just saying it can be very helpful.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
I need to learn a lot about that.
Like knowing how to make good code and just like knowing the good conventions to follow will make your process much less painful, and it will make those good ideas that you want to implement far less painful to implement. But yeah,
it also
like
will make like collaborating easier too, because it's like someone else could look at your stuff and know what you're trying to say, you know?
Oh yeah, absolutely. I had somebody helping me in an RPG Maker project who did a lot of RPG Maker plugins. I just could not wrap my head around JavaScript. And I think he looked at my code once and just could not. I don't know, man. Shit. I don't know how good I am at coding. That developer specifically says I'm like a really good Street Fighter, and formalizing my coding knowledge would be like teaching me martial arts. But like I don't have a reference for it. Like, but that's another thing. Like, not knowing how to code well or like code cleanly and with like good conventional usage of code can also make it so that you are forced to be a solo dev, because you have no way of like communicating your coding style to other people. And collaboration is the most powerful tool. Just period. Like we're born in, like, we're designed as social creatures. Like, that's how humanity has survived this far, right? So collaboration is like the most overpowered ability that you can have. However, like, yeah, sometimes when you're the only person around to do something, and you have no ability to make sure collaboration is clean and easy to do, then you're just forced to be a solo dev, and it kind of sucks.
Yeah. We definitely had a lot of issues with that. Like, working on someone else's code is it's very interesting when you're not communicating on it a lot. Because like for a lot of it, it was just kind of like, you do this system, I'm gonna do this system. And then when it came to the point where I was like, that system is not working with my system, I need to like change something.
Mhm.
And I had to like from the ground up understand what this person was trying to say, you know?
Yeah, because like, even if you have good conventions and whatever, sometimes you have to hack something together, and hacking requires you to sort of be in a specific headspace for... Like, man, I'm struggling to come up with an example right now, but I've definitely hacked something together like that had a very interesting implementation, but I don't think it would be sustainable if I had to port it to something else. I guess as an example, there is a bug in Teleco where it has like this audio wave mechanic where you ride on audio waves, and it sets your flag to be floating, and when you're floating, you're kind of tractored to a specific point with an anchor point variable. Shit, I'm trying to make this fucking boxing glove thing work. But like, something about the order of the implementation, because I feel like I definitely hacked that stuff together. Nice, I got one. Got him. You may have got your mitts on me, but I feel like I'm the real winner here, the moral victor. Please don't put me at the start. Nice.
See, so now you start back from that point, which is still a pretty big setback, unfortunately, but it's better than the start at least. That was another like super last second edition when we realized like, oh fuck, the player's falling through the level and we don't know why, and we have 20 minutes to submit.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, the deadline extension was a godsend. Except actually it kind of fucked with me because there is a bug in Teleco that causes the game to crash at the very end if you've played the game before, and we only discovered it during that period. So I wasn't able to fix it. I wasn't able to figure out why. And it's probably because of a bug where when I tell the game to close at the very end of the game, I set a global flag that causes every part of the program to tell it to kill itself. I suspect that that's the reason that like Godot. I didn't think that Godot was generating save data, but it does generate an app data folder. So I think because I set the flag that way and I like hacked it together like that, and I only did that because I had it send a signal to close the program, and it wasn't doing it the first time. So I was just like, all right, I'm no longer asking. Like, the handgun doesn't work, I'm pulling out the machine gun. It's on. Like, you're going to close when I tell you to. But
yeah.
God, what was I saying? Scatterbrained here. But yeah, like, hacking together makes modularity hard to do. And modularity was a concept that I had a hard time like figuring out because I thought it was like referring to a specific pattern or code philosophy or something that because people don't use words like modularity in everyday parlance, you know? And so you kind of have to learn the design ethos of programming and internalize in concepts that are mostly for collaboration. The like tutorial space that makes it very easy to learn anything that you want is kind of a double-edged sword because on one hand it teaches you anything that you want. On the other, it teaches you to be a little hyper-individualistic. So that's my weird tangent about that. Fuck.
Okay. Yeah, I think these jams have been very helpful for that because like it's like you said, like I'll do a tutorial on something and learn how to do it, and then I'm just like, okay, that's how I do that thing now, and then I just grind out doing that thing over and over rather than like learning new ways to do stuff. So having a new person come in and be like, oh, why are you doing it like that? Like what, you know?
Yeah.
It's super helpful.
Oh god. Oh shit. Oh fuck. By the way, are you like oh nice. Well, we're down here now. We're in the back
I don't
rooms.
know where you are.
It's interesting looking. We made it.
Where are you?
Where? Even the developer doesn't know where I am. They say every copy of They say every copy of Clyde is personalized, you know?
Ah, yes.
Oh wait, this is where the trucks spawn.
Right. So this might be a soft lock. I don't know if you're gonna be able to get out of there.
Right. I mean, no skin off my bones or whatever however the phrase goes. But I would like to see if I can break out of this. Just to see.
Well, there's one thing you might be able to cheese. On the pause menu, there's like a respawn thing that's meant to be like, if you're stuck, you hit that, and it like loads you up.
Oh, reset player in case of bugs.
Yeah,
I'll see it.
But it doesn't work super well. So maybe you could kind of push you. See, it just kind of pushes you up.
Oh, interesting.
So maybe you could use that to like click through. But yeah, I think this is a soft lock.
We did it.
I don't know how that happened.
We reached the soft lock.
Woo! That's the end of the game.
No, no. All right. Well, I'm going to boot that up again. Like I said, I will just cheese through it, and it's probably gonna be fine. Let's see. All right, we're back here. Very good. So I did kind of pick up on the MGS inspirations as well, in terms of like the icon at the top right telling you like what state you're in, and also that after you roll, you automatically go into crouch.
Yeah.
Very fun. So did the gameplay go through any more like very specific refinements that you just decided weren't working?
Well, I guess it'd have to be, I guess I knew from jump that prone wasn't going to work, so I knew that was for sure out, but we did talk about it for a little bit, but I was just like, because in Snake Eater, you can't crouch walk. Well, in the 3DS one you can, but like, when you crouch and then move, you just automatically like prone crawl, you know?
Yeah, in the original version.
I wanted to like axe that. I wanted to make just straight crouch walking and make you a lot more maneuverable. So I guess one thing that came out of it was just being able to be a lot more maneuverable than Snake Eater, because I originally planned being a lot more like rigid with Snake Eater stuff. I wanted to just straight up copy Naked Snake's movement system.
Yeah.
It just sounded like fun.
Funny story, actually. So, let me adjust my sensitivity here. Wait, shit! I pressed quit. Okay. Well, actually, I forgot to re-up my stream on Discord, so let me do that really quick.
That's a shame that we didn't put the confirm button.
Yep.
Confirm quit. Again, the quit button was added with, I think, 30 minutes left on submission.
Oh my god.
Same thing with the controls on the pause menu. That's why they're so jankily just like thrown in there. I was just like, one of the signs said we had a controls menu. We need a controls menu.
That is kind of funny, actually. Yeah, because like these aren't even aligned. This is just kind of off over here, and it's also not aligned.
Totally, yeah.
Looks like you just drag and dropped it because that's all you had time for.
Yeah, we had so little time for that.
It's cool that you're able to do that, honestly, though. Like when you're definitely like right up against that limit, and you just start moving in very swift and very determined motions to just like get anything and everything and anything done. Just like that state of like franticness is so interesting, because you're just like, shit, I hope this doesn't break, but you know, here we go.
Yeah, that was the last like hour and a half of this jam was like maybe one of my favorite game jam experiences ever. Like, it was we had the entire team in the voice chat, which was unfortunately pretty rare to get like everyone together at once.
Right.
So we had like all hands on deck for the last hour of it, and we're just like, we had a bug channel in the Discord that people were just dropping bugs in, and I was just one at a time, just like, all right, I'm doing this one now, and you're like, you do this one, you do this one. And we were just like trying to run through all of them to get it playable.
That's so cool, dude.
That was super fun, and it felt really like productive.
Yeah, like when you feel like you're actually participating in the team, everybody's at their stations, everybody's kind of like sitting in their own anxieties. I don't know, it's really cool to me too. Unfortunately, our musician has not played the game yet for Teleco, but everyone else has beaten it. I actually because the prompt said that you only had the judge would be playing a minimum of 10 minutes and would only be playing more than that at their discretion. i.e. Donkey, I was like, all right, I'm going to make this game assuming that we only have 10 minutes, right?
Right.
And so I tried to make it like a really short and sweet experience that like wraps up and sells the concept. Looks like we got an eye poster over here. Let me pop. Nope. Nope. Don't touch me. Fuck. Got it. Avoid your hitbox. Ugh. Nice. We did it. We made it.
So I feel like there's some fun to that too, of like dodging his swing and like working through it. I do think that there could be a version of this game with like some actual degree of combat. I think that could be kind of fun.
You just tried to make an MGS clone.
Yeah.
Please.
Oh, you can't roll in first person.
I kind of figured, but it did somehow help me avoid the grasp. All right. Okay, let's get this.
So the banana peel does stun them longer than the roll does, so that might be a good.
Nice. Hell yeah. Let's get the fuck out of here.
See, that was kind of like an unintentional design thing. I don't know if it still works. I think it does. That if you had the banana peel on your back, like you're carrying it, it almost acts like a green shell in Mario Kart when you like hold it behind you. You know, like it's like a free life.
Right.
Or like they would have grabbed you, but instead they get hit by the banana peel.
That's awesome.
But that was like totally unintended behavior. I don't know if it's still in the final version though. We might have accidentally patched that.
Did you So what happened is like maybe you were playtesting how long you should have them be stunned by rolls or banana peels or whatever, and then maybe you made the banana peels early and then you had a really long value for it, but you ended up like making the roll stun like much shorter, but just like forgot the banana peel.
Well, actually, we wanted the banana peel to be stronger than the roll, for sure.
I mean, it makes sense. It's like an expendable.
Yeah. I wanted the roll to be kind of like more of just like a quick get out of jail free card rather than like your go-to, you know?
Right.
Like if originally it stunned them like really long and it was just like kind of OP.
Wait, let me try it. Nice.
Yeah, cool.
That's so funny.
That's also the only way you can carry a spent banana peel. You're not supposed to be able to pick those up, but
nice.
In that very specific set of situations, you can carry it.
Nice. Let's see here. Okay, so this is the place that fucked us up earlier. Oh, wait, no, never mind.
Oh, yeah. This was intended to be a bit where you would ride on the truck and there would be enemies on your left, and you needed the color shift to match the wall on your right as you were panning, you know? But I just couldn't come up with a way for them to be effective, like, while not being on the truck with you, you know? Like, if you didn't color blend and they see you, what are they gonna do, you know?
Right.
Like, you're on a truck, like, unless they like shoot you or something. But we just didn't have time to make up a whole new mechanic, so I was just like, fuck it, just like put a wall there and was like, it's a platforming segment now.
Yeah.
I was trying to not do platforming stuff, but I had to put something there.
Right. I'm gonna do a very risky maneuver here. In terms of potentially soft locking the game or something.
Oh, if he runs into you while you're carrying the glue trap?
Yeah.
I actually don't know what happens.
I'm having extreme deja vu right now, so let's...
I probably should know that.
Let's see it.
See, like,
oh my god.
Oh, yeah.
Bro, this is so fucking cracked. Alright.
Wait.
I'm invincible now.
I wonder if... Oh,
wait, no, it's spent. Damn it.
Oh, no, it still is spent. Okay. I was going to say,
sense.
that's actually crazy. That would have been so sick.
Well, I've shattered that man's frame so thoroughly that he is simply unable to live with himself anymore. He must dance in place forever and all eternity. Despite nothing actually stopping him. I think we've all been there, right? It's like what's
Genjutsu.
yeah. There you are. Have fun with that. That's spent.
Yeah, I do think the traps are my favorite bit of it. Like, I do like the color shifting mechanic, but I think the traps have more potential for me personally. I feel like if I were to make a more full version of this, I would lean way more into the traps.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's very fun just like finding a new thing and being like, what the fuck does this one do, you know?
Right. There's a similar sort of like exploration of mechanics from emergent properties of gameplay in Gemini Prime, Again, I don't know how many of these games you played yet, but
I've played a pretty good amount. I've played like, actually, I can get the exact number, can't I? I've played 20.
Nice. I don't remember how many I've played. I think it's in the 40s or something. Maybe. It might be lower. I don't know. But a lot of developers have actually been pretty gracious about coming in and like chatting with me about their games, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Oh my god, no! No! Don't put me in the fucking back rooms! Wait.
You're fine. So, thankfully we did put in a backup plan for this. If he holds you... Oh, no, I didn't!
No, we're good. We're cooking.
Okay,
Yo!
as long as you're not in the back rooms.
Yeah.
He's supposed to drop you if he holds you for too long. And I think he did, but you were just falling through the level. So the annoying thing is your collider is still just sitting there when you get grabbed.
Mm-hmm.
It just spawns. So like every enemy has a mesh of you in his hand, basically, that's just disabled. And then when he grabs you, it just disables your mesh and then enables the one in his hand.
Damn it.
So like your collider is still just back there where you got grabbed, but its rigid body gets disabled, so it just falls through the ground and then it hits the kill plane, which triggers you back to here. So I had an initial fix that was just to make the rigid body kinematic when you get grabbed, so it doesn't move at all. But that was causing other issues, so we disabled it and thought that we fixed it, and then it reared its ugly head in release.
Okay. Also, now that I'm listening to this, the shattering sound effect, did you get that from somewhere, or did you...
Yeah, we found a video of some guy, like, smashing pottery in his garage.
I was gonna say, this sounds like you actually broke a pot and recorded it on, like, a cell phone or something.
Yeah. So a lot of the sound effects are kind of that vibe, yeah.
Oh, shit. No. Stay away from me. Nice. Turtle strat. Let's go. Let me see here. So, yeah, that's super interesting. Like, I remember like reading, or not reading, but like watching videos about how Super Mario 64's grabbing mechanics work. I think it might have been an uncommented Panin video. I don't know if you're familiar with his work.
I don't think so.
He's the one who did
what works?
Like grabbing boxes and like anything that Mario's grabbing, or just anytime anything grabs anything else. And commented, or Panin is a YouTuber, the one that made the Super Mario 64 like QPU video, the half A press video.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it's like super infamous now. Just as being like, holy shit, the fucking deep dive on this video.
That and then the like parallel universes one. Those two are like
no, that's the same video.
Super bit. Oh, okay. Half an A. Okay.
Yeah, because in order to beat the game with half an A press, you need to fucking go through multiple universes.
That's such a cool concept. I love that.
Yeah, and as programmers, we know that that's just like essentially a mathematical trick. Like, there's no like physical rendered like QPU, but it's sort of like a placeholder for a concept. Still very cool. I love that fucking video. I watched it like 3 times, maybe 4. It's just so interesting. But in the video, I think it might have been that video, if not a different Panin video. But he describes how grabbing something, what it does is that your collider does stay put just like you said, and that they're only holding an illusory duplicate of you. Or whatever the object is. So there's like a true coordinate that it's at, and then there's the illusory coordinate. So it looks like you pretty much came up on the same solution.
That's actually really reassuring to hear, even though it's broken as fuck in this version. Like, if it was working, that's like high praise to be like, I did the thing for Mario 64, you know?
Yeah, they coded it the same way. Also funny.
I guess it could be spun to be a negative that I came up with an idea from a Nintendo 64 game, but
nah, man. Again, it's a good game. Like, maybe it's not coded well in some aspects, but all of us love that game.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
But yeah, just realizing how much shit is hacked together. I'm going to go ahead and just football my way through this shit. Don't look at me. No. Oh fuck. I feel like this is a dangerous place to be in for soft locking.
Oh, I think you might be fine. I think you're gonna reappear back at the tube now. Oh, maybe not.
All right, let's hope this is not.
Oh no.
Is this an infinite chain grab? Wait, no.
Let's
This is gonna
see.
time out, right? Because
You
eventually.
might. We'll see. We'll see. Oh yeah.
What the fuck?
Get out of there.
I'm out of
See,
here.
that's what's supposed to happen. Is if they hold you for too long, and they don't get to a tube, they get like banana peel slipped, basically,
Nice.
to like let you go.
Hell
But
yeah.
it only worked that time, thankfully.
I'm gonna keep in dark
So
mode.
this is the point. Yeah, I should have kept this as another checkpoint. This is like a high stakes moment, unfortunately.
I really like your decision to make this the only colored thing in the game. Just a very cool stylistic choice.
Yeah, we knew that from pretty early on. There was just gonna be one thing that was colored. Like,
It's very colored too.
yeah, I was like, if it's gonna be colorful, it's got to be like
It's like
capital
obnoxiously
C,
colored.
colorful. Yeah, I think that's exactly how I described it. Actually, I
Nice.
said like I want it to be like obnoxiously colorful. Uh-oh.
Is that supposed to happen?
No, that's fine. There's supposed to be a
Okay.
sign explaining that it reappears when it breaks. But
Okay.
for whatever reason, in one of our pushes, all of the signs broke. The prefabs for them just disappeared and broke.
Wow.
So I had to replace all of them, and I forgot to place this one.
Yep. There's
But
the
I mean,
the developer
I think it's
experience.
self-explanatory enough.
Right. You know what this is making me flash back to? This is a pretty deep cut. But I remember this. I remember like having a lot of fun with a Looney Tunes PlayStation 1 game. And it kind
Is
of
it the,
had
like time travel one.
no, it's like you were Wile E. Coyote in a lot of it, and I think there was a lot of stealth mechanics and like weird novelties in it that I thought were really cool. Please don't break, dude. Papa Clyde is going to be just right back. First, I have to put up my "You Can't Touch Me" shield. Let me make sure I don't touch this guy with it. I'm afraid it's gonna like trigger twice. I'm sure you programmed a contingency for that, but let me find somebody else.
I might not have.
Who knows? It's a mystery. Let's make it a surprise.
This was another thing that had the potential to be super funny. I was debugging something at the last second, and I set this conveyor belt to be like 500, like as fast as it can possibly go.
Oh, nice.
And then I forgot to set it back until like the last second. So it almost was just like a launch pad right there.
Nice.
But thankfully we caught it. But yeah, the trap will trigger on that guy if you walk into him, so try not to do that.
Oh, and
You
it'll
kinda
probably
just waste it.
it'll take him out of the glue trap.
I don't know, it might, but either way, it just kind of wastes it, you know?
Also, thank you for the follow, whoever just followed me. Dude, fuck yeah. Bro, dude ate shit. That's what you deserve. I dare you stop me from stealing this priceless artifact. You probably stole this from somebody browner than you anyway. Let me put this down. God, that's so fucking good. Oh my god, dude. The fact that it doesn't just place it on the ground.
Yeah, there's a speed value of when you place something, of how quickly it slams down to the ground. And I put that to like the slowest. That's why it like floats down like a feather when you put it down. Whereas
Nice.
all the traps are like, boom, like just slam down immediately.
Right, makes sense.
Again, I mean, make sure you don't accidentally trigger it on him.
Yeah, don't want
Yeah.
to waste it. The other one was pretty good, but also they it doesn't permanently sunlock them like the other thing does. Wait. Oh no. Alright, good thing you didn't walk through the thing and then just bust it. Shit. Here I am all the way back here, it's fine.
No, I think it's fucked.
I mean, it's a little fucked, but that's okay, it's fine for me.
No, a door closes behind you and you get the artifact. I'm just now realizing.
Really? Yo.
I think the intention was that so that you wouldn't think to go backwards, you would know you have to go forwards.
Okay.
So I think it might be another soft lock. I'm only just now realizing this is a possibility.
I
God
mean, hey,
damn it.
it's an exploration. Where
You were basically at the end. You're at the end. Like
no, don't worry, I'm getting there. If I have to restart this game, I will. Really, the only thing that you have to worry about is having enough stamina to watch me do it.
okay.
But yeah, I played a lot of really hard games, which I still really enjoyed, and I thought they were very well designed. Had a lot of good ideas in them. Again, I was talking with somebody last night about like, I guess like what I consider a poorly made game from the jam, It's just like, well, you have to have different standards. Like, like obviously, some people probably didn't put up their best work, but also we were all under a crunch period. There were very few of them that I would like describe as poorly made, because it's a jam. Like fuck it, I'm going to do
it's
a
supposed to like an
gamer
effort
move.
thing, or like I think as long as you play within the rules and everything, like.
Yeah.
Because I bet you there's some people who still did like AI generated content or like
Oh yeah.
tried to skirt the rules a bit.
Oh damn it! Fuck. Oh wait a second.
What are you doing?
So I think that probably this whole area is bugged like this, right?
Yeah, it seems to be a this area problem. Fucking hell.
It's cool. Honestly, it
Yeah,
probably
'cause
would have been
that-
better if they dropped me off the tube because I had a chance to spawn back at it, right?
Yeah.
Also, if any other
That
developers in
area's-
chat have like commentary to like contribute to this, like I'm sure that would also be very interesting.
Yeah, it may be helpful in like patching it up a bit. What I was gonna say.
Sorry,
But yeah, that
mind wiped you.
last area is meant. Here, kid. That last area is definitely meant to be a bit of like a gauntlet,
Mhm.
like a last thing to deal with before you go to the ending.
Yeah,
But it's definitely a bit harder than we meant it to be.
right.
Not quite that hard. I have that problem in making games. I'm learning.
Mhm.
'Cause I don't think I'm very good at balancing difficulty. Because every game I've made, I play it and I'm like, oh yeah, I could finish this in like 10-15 minutes. It's a reasonable thing.
Mhm.
And then someone else plays it and it's like 2 hours, and I'm just like, oh, what have I done?
Right. I feel that. Even if somebody gets stuck on like I said, I designed Teleco to be a 10-minute game, and I made the puzzles as simple as I physically could. If I thought it was complex, or I only toned down, right? Like I started kind of toned up a little bit, and then I was like, okay, no, I can't leave it like this. I had to tone it down. But like the moment that anybody gets even a little bit stuck on a puzzle or like has to think about it, I'm just like, oh no, I failed. Fuck, please move out of my way. Ugh. No.
So here's the moment of truth here of, oh god.
No. Okay, now they're taking me to the tube.
Hey, what's up?
We have a small chance.
Oh, I played
Oh,
Clyde.
he
Wait.
grabbed you out of the grab.
Got me out of the grab.
Oh yeah.
Hello, Attaboy.
Oh yeah, you played it in the Discord the first
Yeah.
day, huh?
A couple weeks ago. This is so much fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was cool.
Oh my god, dude. Oh my god, they're
That
so
was
close.
a very helpful. Oh god.
Is this the
door
door?
didn't close all the way, but I don't know if you
Yo.
can fit.
No.
No.
No, let me through. No. Wait. No, there's hope. I need it. If only these guys
Oh
were
my
fucking
God.
tailing me, dude. I should have knocked them out. This is a long weighted path all the way back. Nice. Yo. That's actually really good. This hallway is too long for them to actually grab me and take me anywhere.
Oh, so you're kind of invincible unless
Oh my god, no, dude, I didn't double tap the C. I have this role where I make something that I find fun and then I tune the difficulty down until it's boring and then usually fine.
Oh no, he might drop you out of bounds.
Yo!
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Okay, hold on. No,
But
please.
yeah, I need to learn a lot. I have a lot to learn about like difficulty scaling, because I have a problem
Shit.
with that.
Okay,
Oh, he might make it this time.
looks like they tend to be stuck on each other. He might make it actually, yeah. Don't put me in the chicken room. Oh!
Wait,
Don't
what?
put me in the
Where are you?
Yes!
Oh, okay.
We're still cooking, except I'm
Yeah.
still pretty far back. Actually, no, I'm not.
I don't think you can fit through the door.
Oh my
though,
god,
is the
dude,
thing.
bro. There's so many dudes in here. Get off of me.
Yeah, they're way too aggressive.
Hold on a second.
There was a bug. Oh my god, there's a bug early on that fucking made me so happy. Oh god. damn it.
It's cool. Keep going.
I had one guy grab me, and then he was marching me to the trash, and then another guy grabbed me out of his hand, and then another guy grabbed me. They were like fighting over like stealing me from each other.
Nice.
Basically,
They were
rather-
ice climbers wobbling you.
Yeah, it was like completely unintentional, but every time that happened, it duplicated me. Like it didn't delete the one that was in his hands. So it just became an army of like 7 guys all choking a copy of me just standing there. It was so bizarre.
It's like, God, I wish that were me. Also, hello, Attaboy. Do you happen to be a developer for the Game Jam?
I am, yes.
Oh, yeah.
I developed blocks for babies.
Nice. I've been trying to interview as many developers as I can with developer commentary as I stream them. So we're doing
Sure.
Clyde,
Are you
obviously,
streaming for Discord or are you streaming elsewhere?
on Twitch, yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
And I have nothing else in my queue, so if you want to go next, that's up to you.
Yeah, I would be happy to. That sounds great. Are you as well a developer?
Yes, I am the developer for Teleco 20XX. Playing and rating and commenting is not necessary, but commenting is very greatly appreciated at least.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I'm really glad they extended the deadline, but I'm definitely planning to play a bunch more games, so
Yeah.
I can do that one tonight.
Nice, tell ya, fuck, get away from me. Okay. But yeah, I've been trying to give the developers like a full playthrough of their game and like footage of that, so I'll be going through and highlighting all of the games that I play, and then I've been very bad at spreadsheeting all the people that I need to send clips to, but I'll make sure to find you and like give you the highlight whenever I have the time for that.
Yeah, no worries. That's so nice of you. Thank you.
Yeah. I kind of realized that there's nobody like doing interview spaces in like the smallest indie creators, so I've fallen into the interviewer role. It's been a lot of fun. Okay, we're
That
almost.
sounds really fun. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my god, dude. God, they're so fucking no.
They're so aggressive. They're way too aggressive.
All right. Okay, all right. Suck on the
Okay.
geometry. Oh my god, he's gonna fucking dunk me, dude. No, don't do it. Don't do it. I'm imagining like, have you ever, like how Ridley holds Samus and like grinds her against the wall? It's
Oh,
like that,
yeah.
but they're like grinding you against the border in between, the seam in between the geometry. Just like, I'm gonna put you out of bounds. I'll do it. No. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Come on.
Don't do it. Don't fucking do it to me. All right, those don't seem to see me. No,
Oh, that's
this is so
perfect.
scary. This is so scary. Okay. We're just trying to see if I
Alright.
can even make it through the door because it didn't close all the way. Luckily, it seems that the game
Yeah.
is just broken enough to like to let me through. Maybe. Come on.
It's gonna be tough. I don't know.
I felt like I was close to in this section. It's like I can see myself getting pushed.
Maybe-
Yo!
yeah,
Oh my
let's
god!
go.
Let's fucking go! Oh man, that's so sick.
I did not expect that to work.
Right. Well, maybe you're better at this than you thought. Let's go. Let's go.
Well done.
Alrighty. Let's see here. Alright, let's take this in a more measured approach, maybe. Do you have any other trivia about the art pieces on the walls, by the way?
There is an Easter egg in this room. There's the one of the. Yeah, I
Dude.
like this room a lot.
Dude's doing his exercise for the day.
There's one of a barking dog that I don't know. I don't think there's one like visible right now, but if we do get there, we could draw attention to it. But basically, it's kind of subtle and it's like hidden, but it just says "no, no, no, motherfucker" over and over and over on it, as a reference to that like weird guy in Donkey's Rust video from like 2013.
Bro.
That guy who's like chasing Donkey around, going like "no, no, no, motherfucker!" Like,
Oh, yeah.
I subscribe to your channel. Like,
I remember
just
that.
this maniac guy. I find that guy so fucking funny. So it's just
Yeah.
like, oh, there's the
Yo!
painting right there actually.
It gave me the checkpoint.
Let's go.
Oh my god.
But
It's
yeah,
all
in that
coming
main
together.
room- if you go back to that main room, you can see the painting actually.
Oh, okay. So the
It's, like,
Easter
right
egg
on
goes
your
back
left.
here. On the left.
That one.
This one.
Yeah. It says "no, no, no, mother," but I like censored fucker because I wasn't sure if that mattered.
But also this is
for
like
sure.
disproportionately intense. This is like a
Yeah.
this is like a deep
It's like
fried
a
meme.
scary one.
Yeah.
That one is a picture of my dog.
Oh, that one?
My mom was posing with my dog, and my dog has a bark command. So right as she took the picture, I did the bark command so he'd yell, and it is the scariest picture I've ever taken. Like,
It is
he looks
so funny.
insane.
Yeah, I love the motion blur on it.
I
I'm
love
not
the,
sure
like,
what makes his
little
teeth
star
look so
eyes.
long.
Oh yeah, the star eyes. Like I said, like a deep fried meme, like the lens flare.
Yeah.
Let me get 1 second. I'm gonna go into the now playing. Do you have the link to my stream, by the way, Attaboy?
No, I was just watching on Discord. Let me see.
It's in content submission or content sharing. Except
Okay.
the Metamorphosis dev has posted a big comic. That's interesting. I thought to reach out to the Metamorphosis dev because I thought it's like very low rated, I think. Yeah, go ahead and scroll up and find it because I don't want to steal that dev's thunder.
Yeah. No worries,
Yeah.
no worries.
And what game did you make again? One more time.
Blocks for Babies.
Blocks for babies. Okay. All right. In chat we have Trav, and how should I refer to you, attaboy?
You can say, what do you mean? Attaboy?
Yeah,
What do you
just
mean?
like what should I call you?
You can say attaboy.
Okay. All right. So I just updated my stream so that people know who's in the chat.
Alright, cool.
All right, let's go.
I will say if you go back to that rug, those traps on the right, those are very powerful traps.
Wait, the rug?
That would be the like black roll in the corner.
Oh, this one. I didn't even see these.
That's a super powerful trap that I think might help you a bit here.
Okay. Do I just have
that
to
one
hit them with
doesn't
it?
work when it's it doesn't work when it's on your back. You have to place that one.
Okay, that's fine. Let's just double check. All right, no longer doing morning exercises.
Oh, the enemy design is so good in this game.
Wait. So I place it with E is what I need to do. Yes. Oh, I see. It's a Looney Tunes trap. Sick. He's fucking dead.
Oh, that's so funny.
We killed him, dude. Nice. Wait, where'd Trav go? You here? Oh,
yeah,
muted.
I'm here. That was fucking awesome.
Right,
I'm
right.
very glad that worked. That was another like last minute patch together thing. That was another so there was a bug where if you got grabbed by a guy and then he walked into the hole pit, he would take you with him into the pit.
Oh no.
And then he gets deleted when he does that, so he deletes you too. So you just fall into the pit and then he deletes you.
Damn, that's brutal. That's a disproportionate punishment, I think.
Oh yeah. Also, if you want to see the Easter egg, I can point you towards it.
So what's up with
don't
this
worry
one?
about him.
Don't worry about him. Okay, he's just vibing.
He's resting.
Let me look for it. Got a lot of interesting
shit.
paintings.
Do you see that guy crushed on the
Wait,
ground
what
right there?
Fuck, bro.
So that's what the hammer trap does to people.
Oh.
It crushes them to be like a little tiny thing. So when you were carrying the hammer trap, you must have just hit that guy without realizing it.
Wow, that's a little horrifying. So hold on, the hammer trap. I don't actually think I've seen it trigger properly. Is it supposed to just like compact them?
It just crushes them with a hammer. Yeah.
That's funny. You've got an upside down chicken statue in the trash. Very good.
I guess I got a lot of mileage out of that. I'll say you're close to the Easter egg. You're very close.
I like the little spin the banana peel just did. I have neutralized all the threats. Subliminal. Let's see.
Kind of looks like Bubliminal because of the way I like fucked with the text.
Yeah. This is very interesting. The treadmill ceiling. Oh, that's probably the escape. Yeah. So let's see. The Easter egg. Like, this isn't a very big room. We're gonna find it. Let's ignore that corpse.
Yeah, when this is one of the levels that I didn't design at all. One of my other teammates designed the conveyor belt level, and when he initially sent it, it was just kind of like the conveyor belt assets, just kind of like haphazardly placed around in this room, you know. And I was kind of like, I don't know about that, you know. It looks kind of like random and like messy. But I was like, let's justify it in universe with like railings or something. And then when I saw that, I was like, you know what? I kind of like. I was like, I'm gonna lean into the messiness of it and just make this like a storage room. Okay. So that's why everything's all like stacked and scattered and random. And I ended up kind of fucking with it. Like, I kind of like the idea of everything just kind of scrappily, you know, hanging out.
Oh no.
Oh, you're good.
Yeah.
Spooky.
Well, I think it looks great. I think it looks like an art installation, which really fits the whole game's vibe.
Ah, yes. The
cool. I'm glad to hear that.
The endless escalators. I'm sure this is like a metaphor for capitalism. I'm down.
It's kind of like you know, like the Pokemon dungeon things. Where it's,
the rocket hideout.
Like, yeah, like when you're leading up to like a badge fight or whatever, and there's like the little gadgets you get that like spin you or shoot you in a direction or stuff like that you got to work around. It's kind of like one of those.
By the way, the rocket hideout theme is a banger. It's unironically just so fucking good. Do I have to go over here? Okay, I cannot. Oh shit. By the way, let me look for the Easter egg before I start fucking with this. very gently set this
You were
down.
close over by the dumpster. I'll just look at that
Yeah.
little.
Oh, the sign. Hold on. Hi, donkey. I see. Man, what is this? What is this image?
That's me.
Nice. Very heavily edited, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Looks like
I
you
just
put
wanted
like
to
a
make it really creepy.
like a bump map or something. Man, but yeah, I was wondering how much of the content would be influenced by the fact that this is like Donkey's audience, because I only have the. That's another thing I didn't really think about until late into the jam, but I was just like, is there going to be a very like common thread throughout all the people that joined this jam? Luckily, it seems like almost everybody I talked to has been very chill, very cool. Like people I would like being friends with even.
I was
like
convinced it was going to be like 80% shitpost games.
right.
I literally told my team, like, it is going to be all shitposts. We have to be the team that doesn't do the shitpost. Like, let's try to make like an actual game here, you know? Like,
Yeah.
and then everyone did actual games, and I was like, oh, okay. I haven't seen like any like memey like shitposty games.
I would say that Donkey Panic is probably one. I did speculate that somebody would be making a Super Mario Bros. Or Super Mario World 2 game, but that one looks pretty good. I want to try that one. But yeah, not a lot of shitpost ones. There's been a lot of Donkey references, obviously. I didn't do one in mine because I was too focused on making the game fucking work.
Yeah. I wanted any Donkey references I made to be like super subtle and like I have to explain them to you to get it, you know?
Right.
I didn't want anything like in your face.
And looks like we're back in this room. Oh, let's see. Once you retrieve the artifact, stash it here. Yes. All right, we've got the artifact. We somehow did not soft lock the game. Do you want to tell us about any other weird like let me think here. Like this I would imagine is just a parenting relationship. Like you have a collider here probably where if you set it down, it just snaps it on, right?
Actually, so the way it works is when you place it, it does like a sphere cast to check if there's like essentially that's a lock. That little slot is the same thing as a lock.
Oh.
I just put the lock script on that, and then it's the same thing as when you put down a key. The key does a sphere cast, sees if there's a lock nearby. If there is, then it activates it, despawns the key, despawns the lock, and then spawns a prefab of the key and the lock combined as a rigid body. You know what I mean?
A prefab of them combined. So you prefab
So
this
if you go back
object.
to like, yeah, that one isn't a rigid body. That's a different version. But if you go back to like the door you just opened, you could see that lock and the key sitting on the ground. So like the key and the lock just both get deleted, and then it spawns that.
Okay. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
But then it's the same thing with the artifact slot. I just don't give it a rigid body. So just you put on the artifact, it checks if there's a air quotes lock, and then it spawns it. But I had to put checks because otherwise you could use the artifact as a key, you know?
Oh, yeah.
And vice versa. So I had to make sure that doesn't work.
Interesting. I mean,
so it's a weird approach, but it works.
Yeah, I mean, nothing about this broke, right? So you're good.
Thankfully, I was so scared. It was gonna break right at the end like that.
That is the big one. By the way, another game that uses sparkly green gems cut this specific way is Loot and Goblin. During that game, I was just like, you know, I fucking love like PlayStation 1 and 64 spinning collectibles, particularly gems. Like the gems in Spyro are just so fucking good. I love looking at that shit. And when I was playing Loot and Goblin, my biggest criticism was that when you set down a gem, it stopped spinning. I was like, no, you've killed it. Like the spirit is gone.
There is a reason why this one doesn't spin. But I guess I'll let that go.
Now grab your prize and get out of here. All right. I mean, obviously, this will be a cakewalk. Once I let me see. All right.
So you can't grab shit in first person.
Right. Holy fuck. Oh, okay. Oh, I have my slingshot out and let's do it. Fuck, I can't even see the top of this thing. Let me just set this down. We gotta figure this one out. Oh wait, shit. Can I not grab it anymore?
Oh no.
Oh fuck, I think it's stuck.
It's escaping.
Oh wait,
there
wait,
you go.
yo. We're gonna get this. We're gonna get this.
Dude, what happened to the UVs over here? What the fuck?
Who knows? UVs are a dark and mysterious force. Come on, we can get this. We just gotta clip the big one through the fucking ceiling. Alright, you've won this round.
He goes big money mode when you got it too.
Nice. I did not see
Yeah,
that.
that was just kind of intended to be like a little bit of you know, like, oh, you have your gem, now take it and go, and then you walk and you can't fit it through the door.
Yeah, it's like, all right, Five Head, take it then. Well, at least you're able to carry it.
Yeah, it's basically when you pick it up, there's a big ass sphere collider above the player's head at all times. It's just disabled, and it just enables it when you pick this up, so that way it actually like represents actually carrying something.
Nice. Well, cool.
All the rest of them have no collision like that.
Yeah, like I mean, they still collide, like the banana peels will squash the guys.
Yeah, but they won't like stop you from going through a door, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
How could you? How could
Thanks
you
so
do
much
this to me?
Thanks so much for putting up with all that. That was really fun.
Absolutely no
I'm
problem.
glad it seemed to work out.
Yeah,
for the most
I've
part.
played.
There were some bad ones, but
I played games that were far more grueling than this for longer. So, and I still like those games. All the Game Jam games, save for a scant few, have very much been pleasing to play. So, yeah, thank you. Do you have any other weird things that you want to say about the game? Any hidden developer commentary? Any like hacks that you put together? Any stuff that you forgot to leave in, took out? And also, importantly, you said that you plan on developing this a bit further, right?
yeah.
So like, you said that you had a lot of stuff that you had to take out for scaling reasons, but yeah, like anything like that. Just anything to say about it.
So yeah, I guess there was originally, for some reason, this was like giving me nightmares. Like the day before the jam was due, we had 20 hours left,
Right.
and the guy who did AI just like wasn't responding.
Oh,
And
no.
we had a bug in the AI where if you shoot anything with your slingshot, all of the AI on the entire map freeze and stop working.
Jesus Christ.
It's like the weirdest fucking correlation, but I was like, this is like the game is fucked if we don't fix this.
Yeah.
And he was like not responding, and I was just like panicking. But thankfully he came in, we got it, like we fixed it. That was tied to the whole like distracting enemies with the slingshot, you know?
Oh yeah.
But it just like did not work. But yeah, as far as like scrapped ideas, we had ideas for like a guy with a paintball gun
Mhm.
who would shoot you and you'd be all colorful and then you can't blend in with anything.
Oh,
you
that's
know?
cool.
We had ideas for like a paint bucket that you could throw that would like force a wall to be a certain color.
Mm.
Oh.
Yeah, that's all really clever implementation of the idea.
We had a lot of directions we wanted to go with it, but you know, we had to cut out so much of it. Our idea graveyard is pretty big.
Oh, right.
we
You
had
mentioned the
ideas
idea
for, like,
graveyard.
Yeah. We had an idea for like a gecko enemy who would climb on the walls and then like he would like match, so he wouldn't change his color because that takes away your guy's special ability. But like if he was like a light mode gecko, he would climb on a light wall, and then when he stands still, we were gonna just delete his mesh except for his face. So you'd have to like spot him by just his
Oh.
face, you know?
Yeah, that's really cool. A lot of great ideas
but
there.
Yeah, no. Thank you. Yeah, hopefully we can implement some of them. I think that would be really fun.
Yeah, I'll make
Yeah,
sure
all the
to.
bugs and everything aside, I'm super proud of the aesthetic and like the character movement and stuff. Those are like my two like high points for me. That's something I feel like I'll actually carry into future stuff more.
Yeah. I also didn't ask as much about like the 3D process, but like you said that you made the slow walk more or less like 1-to-1 for Snake, just like creeping around.
Yeah.
I didn't really have to use this at all, but
Nope. It's totally pointless.
But did you have to rig it all? Like, did you have
Oh,
to
yeah,
rig and animate
it's,
everything? There wasn't any like pre-made assets for that.
No, yeah, no pre-made assets on that. I modeled, rigged, animated everything.
Jesus, that's a huge undertaking.
It was fun.
Twinkling
I had a
Blimp.
lot of fun with the enemies, especially.
Yeah. Twinkling Blimp says the animations in general were just really funny. Love that.
I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah, definitely a cool
Yeah,
game.
we wanted to take the like Looney Tunes inspiration for the enemies getting hit by traps. I just want them to look like just dumbasses getting hit by hammers and slipping on banana peels and stuff.
Yeah, you definitely got that
the
across.
hammer trap is like one of my favorites for sure.
Yeah, except it's a little horrifying when you see how the sausage is made there.
Yeah.
Just like crumpled body, just flattened.
That is the most I've ever fucked up a rig for an animation. I've never pushed it that far. I literally just took them and then scaled on the Z to 0. Basically.
Oh yeah. You hit SZ0 and you're done.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm
There was
sorry I have
a-
to do this to you, my child, and I'm sending you to
There
Brazil.
was a bug early on where when they were stuck and when they were in that state, you could still hit them with a slingshot and like wake them up out of it. Like they would get back up and be freed.
Nice.
I think we've patched that up now though.
Yeah, a lot of patching had to be done, but
Yeah, not nearly enough. But
well, let's see it. Let's see if okay, it makes
does he
a
have
sound.
his collider? Like, can you walk over him?
Yes,
Oh, the collider's still there. Yeah, interesting.
but it does still make the sound when I slingshot them.
Okay, well at least he doesn't
Doesn't
get
reanimate
up.
him.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. So that
Yeah,
was
thanks so much. That was super fun.
Clyde, Breach of Contrast. I unfortunately messed up the pun in that I was like,
It's all good.
contract, yeah, of course. Why? What else would it be called? So let me see here. But yeah, and this is obviously Trav, the powerhouse behind it. Thank you so much for coming on.